Hello there, Francesca. Okay, sorry for the small delay in getting your work back to you. I think it got lost in my inbox, but don't worry, we're back on track now. So the issue of whether copyright is a limitation or a motivation for creativity has been debatable since the last 2 decades. Very good, very good. Okay, just one issue here. But the rest was good and well done for using weather. Artists, researchers, and computer scientists are facing these strict rules daily. Good. We don't need facing with. Facing is sufficient. However, it should not be forgotten that the regulation of copyright protects discoveries from fraud and plagiarism. Therefore, the modern society needs these types of controls. Okay, so be careful. Okay, prepositions, as you've probably seen, are an issue. Let me just give you a quick way to solve this. Okay, Abigail, so go to close, put this into Google, and you'll get it here. Okay, then you can go to a website, okay, and for example, copy paste some text from The Guardian, the BBC, The Economist, then click here, prepositions, okay, and then submit. All right, and what this will do, this will help you. What it's going to do is take out the prepositions of the block of text, and then you've got to decide which prepositions are necessary. Okay, this will help you get to grips, and you can do it with long texts and do it with text that you're interested in, and do this maybe an hour a day or one test a day, and you'll soon improve. Also, why not review the rules? Have a look at English grammar in use and have a look at the rules for the prepositions. Firstly, copyright laws do not represent a restriction for imagination. On the contrary, they are a good way to spur originality and to inspire artists to create something different from the ordinary. Genius! To illustrate this, musicians cannot play a melody with the same notes in the same arrangement of existing songs. Can you see? This is the article for something singular, and here we've got plural, which belongs to another singer. Okay. Also, songs which belong, okay, to another singer. Otherwise, they would infringe the copyright rules. For these reasons, if an artist wanted to produce a new song, he would vent his genius and try his best to create something extremely authentic. Excellent. Good work there. Very impressed. Tight, coherent paragraph, argument, easy to understand, beginning to end. You're doing well, and we've nailed the first part. Hopefully the second paragraph is about society. Let's go. Secondly, patent laws safeguard the ownership of products. The reason for this is that nowadays, in our society, people are obsessed with fame and popularity. Or most people. Therefore, most of the time they try to steal others' ideas and projects to achieve success. For example, in academic environments such as universities and research centres, every new experiment or analysis is covered by the copyright law and protected by patents in order to avoid falsification. Furthermore, those regulations are a useful source of development for society, which otherwise would remain stagnant. I think would be better there. And also, it would be would most likely remain stagnant. So good, very good. I kind of got distracted because we were talking about fame and popularity. I was thinking you'd go on to talk about X Factor or something like that, but we switched it to academic. It's not a serious issue, but the important thing is that I got your argument first read, like the examiner would have done. So well done. This is great. You're on the right track, Francesca. Very impressed by the speed you've learnt and implemented this. So in conclusion, although rules which regulate copyright are very intransigent, very good, they significantly protect people's inventions and products from infringements. Moreover, they stimulate the imagination and they allow an important evolution for society. Wow, genius. Good work. Okay, a tip for the next one. Maybe you want to say in the second sentence of your conclusion, it is predicted that these or that this issue will receive more attention, blah blah blah, or in the future it is predicted. Okay, just to squeeze in another grammatical structure to help us improve our grammatical range and accuracy. Also, if you want to squeeze in an idiomatic expression, that would be perfect. One that I think I may have suggested was from all four corners of the world. Have a look, research it, could be useful. Let's see. The bar chart, let me just do a word count here. And by the way, it's much better if you put the overall sentence right at the end. Okay, put it at the end of your task 1, and we use it as a summary or as a conclusion, and it just lends itself to sort of like a good way to closing the report, and therefore you're going to get points for structuring it correctly. The bar chart provides information about the percentage of 4 different energy sources that British males, different ages, consume throughout their life. Okay? Or introduce into their body with diet. Nah, that's not the most natural way of saying it. I just said consume through their diet. Probably the best way there. So I'll go to overall at the end. Looking at the details, these kinds of phrases are not entirely necessary. Okay? Percentage of dairy intake for the younger group is over 40%. Consumption of meat and vegetables was over 20% and 18% for the percentage of calories from the legumes. Okay, not bad. Tip. If you see an opportunity to group the information, and I would argue this is a really good opportunity, group it, because you get points for grouping information in the graph. Okay, so you could have said meat stood at over 40%, while the rest, meat, pulses and vegetables, were between 18 and 20%. Okay, or we're nearly half at between 18 and 20%. Either way, it's just a good way to group it. Have a look at the academic course. Okay, let's see. Conversely, good. People between 25 and 49 years old have a different diet. According to the chart, the majority of calories are derived from the consumption of meat, 50%, and dairy, 25%, while the consumption of pulses and vegetables was below 20%. Okay, good. Here we did group the information. Very good. Excellent. Now, I can see that we've only got number percentages. Could we say over a half, a fifth, a tenth? And then this way we're going to introduce more structures. Okay, so let's carry on. UK males over 50 years old consume more legumes than the other 2 groups. In fact, the calorie intake from this source is over 2/3 of the total. Just to give you an example, is 65%. The intake of energy from meat is 20%, while from farm products and vegetables it is 15 and 10% respectively. Okay, very good work, Francesca. And now we finish with the overall. Overall, what stands out about from the graph? Here I would have said overall, younger males have a superior intake of milk products, while the main source of calories for men from 25 to 49-year-olds is meat. Conversely, older people consume mainly legumes. Okay, good. Very good. 2 things. I would have liked to have seen the superlatives, more superlatives. The highest intake for the over 50 group was pulses, whereas the lowest were vegetables. Okay, so superlatives, we've got the respectively sentence in there. Superlatives are really good because we can note the extremes, which is a good way just to find stuff to write about. Grouping to reduce the amount of stuff we got to write about, and the final thing that I wanted to say was the exceptions. If we can talk about the exceptions, like conversely, vegetables were not were never the most popular option regardless of age. Okay, so we're just also noticing the exception in the graph. So fantastic work, Francesca. You're doing great. When you can, implement the corrections, modify the error list, and send me 2 new pieces of work. And also have a look at the the close test I mentioned before for improving your prepositions. Okay, speak soon and keep going. You're doing great.